Bạn gái,
Oh, that's better. What year is this? Huh. That looks about right. But where the hell am I? By the look of that crowd out there, you'd think they'd never seen a transpiculated virtual humanoid metamorphosis before.
They haven't. They still think life is a coincidence.
Are you still there?
Someone's got to keep an eye on you. If we had eyes, that is. Report back with images when you know something.
Report back. Yeah. Doesn't she realize I just collected more air miles in the last 5 seconds than the entire German government has in the last 5 years?
I heard that.
So let's show this crowd a thing or two about their business. As far as I can see, some genius called Röntgen got the whole thing started by taking a revealing photo of his wife.
I don't think we should let everyone see that.
No. What I mean is, he X-rayed her hand.
Oh, I knew that. But my database indicates that Röntgen was a bit of a good-hearted philanthropist. Not exactly the hard-headed businessman we need to get X-ray equipment into every hospital, surgery, and shipbuilding yard on Earth.
Shipbuilding yards? Well, never mind. Check this man out. CHF Mueller is the one that gets it all going big time. And my databanks indicate that a certain Anton and Gerard Phillips have roles to play as well.
Oh, come on. They're just a pair of light bulb makers. You'll never make anything of them.
Do you want to bet? Seem to be losing contact here. I'll get back to you when I can. Ah, that's better, my friend. This would have never happened if we used Philips set-top boxes. Hey, check this out. I found some movement on the X-ray tube development thing.
Oh, yes. Enlighten me. It's only been about 40 years.
Well, I told you Philips would get in on the action. They're researching into developing their own X-ray tubes. A bit of competition for our friend Mueller can't do him any harm.
So they're reinventing the wheel. Big deal.
Well, it's a long story, actually. It seems these Earthlings still fight each other from time to time. There's just been a war, and Philips had the bright idea of fixing old X-ray tubes when no one could get hold of the new ones.
Look, we need faster results. Meddle a bit, and get Philips to buy that Mueller chap's company. It's time they started to grow by acquisitions anyway.
Great. They could call it PMS.
What are you trying to infer?
I mean, Philips Medical Systems.
Oh, in time.
That's it. That's the Philips works ahead. German anti-aircraft gunners are opening fire. The bomber's machine gun back at them.
Aha! Wait. I found something.
Not another of these Earthling war things, is it?
Well, yes, but I'm not here to talk about that. There's someone I think you should know about. In a place called Schertroken. Schertohoken. Anyway, it's this town in the area they call Brabant.
According to my records, that's Sertogenbos. So thrill me.
Okay, listen. There was this boy, Born, who my instinct tells me is the one we're looking for to guide this medical thing.
It's April the 1st. You're not taking me for a fool, are you?
No, really. Just watch this. Don't mind if I say so myself, but I think I found a winner. This chap has just studied for his electronics degree, and with a few nudges in the right direction, I got him in at Philips.
Couldn't you have had him studying during the day? I've found reports in my databanks that he couldn't even get up on time with all that nighttime study.
Oh, come on, that's just one of life's little tests. I'll bet he scores cum laude.
I'm not a gambling life form. And I'd advise you not to wager your intergalactic career on this. What's his name, anyway?
Hans Barella.
Philips Electronics also falling into the red.
Philips lost almost £350 million last year.
Loss from normal operations.
Net loss is 900 million. 900 million.
Not looking so promising, is it? I warned you. Why don't you buy a company or something? Use your supposedly superior intellect. Use this Barella man. Or you'll be breaking moon rocks for a living.
But listen, everything's under control. They're going to merge with a great company called Picker. You know that medical company with those big, ugly green machines? I set up the whole deal.
Oh, yes? Take another look, my friend. I don't think Mr. Barella will need that house in America after all. And you can scrap all those buttons and badges you had printed.
I'll get that darn Picker if it's the last thing I do.
It may well be the last thing you do. I told you, play your ace and put Hans Barella in charge.
I found him. I'll decide what to do. Just look at Hans's shopping list. I've selected the best in the industry to join us. We'll be unstoppable with ATL, ADAC, Agilent HSG, and Marconi Medical.
Finally, you're getting the picture. It took the Muller acquisition in 1926 to help create Philips Medical Systems. It's only logical that acquisition should be the success factor now.
I would like to share my enthusiasm and excitement as Marconi Medical Systems and Philips Medical Systems unite to become one great company.
And do you know what the best part is? Picker is now part of Marconi Medical, so I got them in the end. Hey, wait a minute, I'm not finished yet. Wait a minute, I've got to say more. Wait a minute, stop that, hey. Hold it, stop, wait a minute, hold it right there. Match that space-time continuum setting. So, it looks like my job is done. Philips Medical Systems is one of the top 2 medical companies in the world.
Yes, but I thought you had an even higher mission. For Mr. Barella. We could use a man like that back here.
Sorry, but I think he has other plans.
Plans? What plans? Surely you've been guiding this whole show from above, haven't you?
Well, to be honest, it seems I got quite lucky with Hans Barella. He didn't actually need help from the outside.
What? So you didn't nudge him this way and that?
Well, if I was in control, do you really think I would have let him run on and on and on in those business meetings? And make him send his long-suffering secretary, Ria, out for a Gewolde cuckoo?
Gefulde what? Oh, and what was it he said? Don't open your ears to arguments or something similar? What was that all about?
Well, that one threw me off a bit as well. Most unlike Hans. But he needed to get some changes implemented in the organization. Very resourceful, I'd say.
And the famous Moakley afternoon phone calls?
Did my best to stop them, but, well, you know how it is.
What actually have you been doing?
Well, my bit. You see all these people here? They're paying tribute to his career. They still believe it's all been a string of unconnected coincidences. They probably don't even believe in alien life forms.
Never mind about all that. Give him a close encounter of the third kind and bring him back with you.
Well, I'm afraid we've been beaten to the post by some university. He's going to study Algemeen Cultuurwetenschappen.
What on Epsilon 12 is that?
Something cultural, I guess.
So, your mission is over. You can return.
No, oh, wait a minute, not quite yet. Put on the brakes, please. You see, I have one last task. The good people here all know Hans Barella. Some may be better than the others. So, if it's okay with you, I'd like to say a few words about him. I may like to think that I had a role in his resourceful and successful career. But the truth is, he did it himself. I suppose you could say he had a little help from his friends. I hear Tilly knows a thing or two about decision-making in the home. But when it comes to medical systems, he really understands the business from the inside out. And it's not just the machines and marketplace he understands. Hans also knows the people, his people, the customers, the clinicians, doctors. Incidentally, on the subject of machines, as a sales promotion manager in the 60s, he could draw flow diagrams that put the development department to shame. And while he may not have been able to choose between a BMW or a Mercedes-Benz, when it came to decisions about the future of Philips Medical Systems, no problem. Even the Philips Board of Management saw it his way after one of his legendary marathon overhead presentations. Nearly 40 years with one division of one company rising through the ranks to the very top is a fantastic achievement. And thanks to Hans Barella, it's now a company that's ready to take on the challenges of this new millennium. So look out, algemeen culture wetenschappen. That's general culture understanding. You are just about to gain someone who knows a thing or two about culture. Barbecue culture, that is. And now there's only one thing for me to say. Which means, I'll be back. I'll be back.